Yeah, Ernie.
Hi, Harold.
Yeah, where are we holding?
I'll tell you right now. On 42, actually 41b, Torah Rabbanan.
Got it. Thank you.
How's the weather in New Jersey?
Cold. So at night it's down like 28, 29.
It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
So tomorrow we're going to learn. It's not going to be good for you. We're going to learn at 3:00. It'll be Shabbos for you already.
Yeah, we shall be right. Yeah.
But Motzei Shabbos might work because we're going to learn Daf Yomi at 6:30
Yeah.
and then Navi at 7,
Oh, no, it's going to be Saturday night.
Saturday night. Yeah.
7. Okay. Very good.
Torah Rabbanan. It says Ubala Shor Naki, that when a person kills, when an ox kills a person, Rav Eliezer Oimer, Shenaki Chatzi Koifer. So a tam, only a muad pays koifer. A tam pays half damages, but no koifer. It doesn't even pay half. Amar Rav Akiva, we don't need a pasuk. Valohu atzmo ein mishtal magufo. When a tam does damage, you pay from the goof of the animal. So the owner can say, "Haviyu lebeis v'shamlucha." Remember, a tam is going to get killed by Besdin through skila, so there's nothing to get payment from. And do you treat me this way? Shadini bezeh shechayv misa. So, of course, if the tam is chayv misa, the Torah wouldn't have had to write balashon aki. Eindini elishemis is adal pi echad. Yeah, but you don't always have two witnesses. If you don't have two witnesses, you wouldn't put the tam to death. Or al pi bailim, or if the bailim confess, then you don't put it to death. So al pi bailim moide b'knasu. Of course, it would be potter because any moide b'knas is potter. So we wouldn't need a pasu. Ksavar kufra kaparahu. Maybe koifer is not knas, but it's atonement. So that's why he needed a chiddush. Tanya Yidich, Amar Rabbi Eliezer Akiva, Kachani beinecha shedinim ezer shechayv misa, ein dini la miskavein la'arogas abeim avaragas adam. It didn't have kavanah from the outset to kill a person. It wanted to kill another animal, and by accident it killed a person. Or miskavein lagoy v'arag b'Yisrael, or l'nefilim v'arag ben kayama, or it had intent to kill a stillborn and it killed a live person. In all these cases, you would not put the animal to death. Yet, the Torah had to tell us, Balashon Aki, that you don't pay Chatzi Koifer. So, hey, Omer Bereisha. Which one of these svars was said first? Rav Kanim Shmeid Rava Omar. The Miskave, Omer Bereisha. The first case was the different kavanas. Rav Tavyumi Shmeid Rava Omar Hemi Sarmal Bereisha. When he gave the reason of a goy killing, the animal had kavanah to kill a goy. Rav Kana Mishmei Rav Amar Miskavin Amar Bereisha. The different kavanas was said first. Marshal inside to show dogim rayah, like a fisherman who's fishing. Mashkich Rav Ravi Shakim. He finds a big fish, takes it. Zutri, he finds little fish, he also takes it. So he doesn't have any preference regarding the different reasons. But Rav Tavyumi Shrei Rav Amar, no, Hamis Amar Bereisha. which is a small answer. Marshal inside zutri shakil. If he finds a little animal, little fish, he takes it. Mashkach ravi, he throws that away. Shari zutri v'shakil ravi. Keeps the big one. Tanida. Bala shor naki. Rabbi Yosef Lili Oimer, Naki Midmei Vladas. That if an animal, which is a tom, gored a pregnant woman and caused her to miscarriage, he doesn't pay for the Vladas. Amar Rabbi Kiva, Harei Oimer, Ki Natsu Anashim V'Nakfu Isha. So Anashim V'Lo Shvarim. We don't need Bala Shor Naki. We have a pasuk. Anashim, people, not oxen. So the Gemara says, Shapir Kam Rabbi Kiva. Ravula Breid Ravidi Itzrich. We still need a pasuk. Maybe he has to reject shvarim similar to people. Ma anoshim muadim ashvarim muadim. Fine. Maybe a shor muad would be potter. Hatam b'chayiv, but a tam which is not muad maybe would be b'chayiv because Rachmana balashor hakid potter. Amar Rava yatziva ba'aravik yor b'shmida shmaya. What the stake is in the ground and the arrow is in the heaven means anoshim lo shvar madamil anoshim. You can't. A tam is always going to be less severe than a muad. Can't be more stringent. So Rava gives a different answer. Not people that are similar, not shvar that are similar to people. The kavachomer l'tamim t'ptiri, and certainly a kavachomer would be a short tam who would certainly be potter. Hadar kaz rachmana bala shornaki tam potter umuet chayiv. To tell you that it's only the muad that's chayiv of vlados, but a muad would be chayiv. When you embarrass and you pay embarrassment, they're also anoshim v'lo shvar madam l'anoshim. Ma anoshim muadim av shvar muadim v'kavachomer l'tamim t'pi. Hazrach kazrach bala shornaki tam potter muad chayiv in boishes as well. Maybe you'll tell me yes. Listen, bala shornaki. And Rabbi Yosef Gligi Omer potter mid mei vladis umi boishes, not just mid mei vladis. So both Abai and Rava don't have a proper pshat. El Abai and Rava don't have anoshim ein ason ba'isha yeyanshu. If the woman doesn't die, then they have to pay monetary payments. Yesh ason ba'isha. If the woman dies, lo yeyanshu. Then they don't pay. The lo shvarim. But this din only applies to human beings, not oxen. The alpha gabdiyesh ason yeyanshu. Even if the woman dies, you might think they would have to pay fully on it because that they don't have to pay. Maskir vada barava atubason tayim milsa. Our case is not the differential being whether she dies or not. It's bekavona tayim milsa. It's what kind of kavona did the animal have? Amar vada barava anoshim kin iskabnu zelazeh. If a human being has kavana to kill a certain person, even though the woman dies, they have to pay the dmei vlados. The only time they have to pay for the vlados, they wanted to strike Ruvain and they ended up striking the woman. If they have kavana to strike the woman, and the vlados die, lo yeyanshu, then they don't have to pay the vlados. However, lo shvar, that doesn't apply to the oxen. Even if we see the animal directly attacking the woman, you might think you'd have to pay for the vlados because of the ptiri, that the owner does not have to pay the value of the vlados. Also, He brought a brisa exactly like this. Tanya Yidis. Bala Shor Naki. Rabbi Kiva Omer Naki Midmei Eved. You only pay a ton that killed an Eved. You don't have to pay like you pay 30 slime by a mu'in. You're punter. The name of Rabbi Kiva Nafshe. He also could have explained that a tam doesn't pay the damages only from his body, and he could say that the tam is killed, so there's no payment. The owner before went to Bezdin and given a adjudication of skila, shafted it. Maybe you could pay for the meat. Since he has a din of misa, even though it got shechted, you can't use the meat for pig. Rabbi Eliezer can learn the same way. Usavar Dilma Islay Time Achrina da Odif Mehai V'Nemalei. Maybe there's another reason that's better. Rabbi Eliezer Nami L'Shani Lei. He should give him the answer that we said before. Shekanim V'Shachta. Why did he have to give a different answer? Amar Lacha Hasam Hu Sheskavin Largas Abeim of Largas Ahada. When the animal wanted to kill another animal and it ended up by chance killing a person, the shore lav barkatolu klal, the shore is not adjudicated for death. Maybe he should then pay. Itztrich kral lemuute, the bala shor naki comes to sell. Tell you don't have to pay. Avalacha the mikar barkatolav. But since he had kavana to kill the person, he killed the person. He's a barkatola right away. Lo tzarach kral. As a time, you certainly don't need a pasuk that he doesn't have to pay chatzi koifer afal gav de shachti, even if he shachted it. And that's the same way Rabbi Kiva learned. So Ravasi Hai Milsa Bipikav Rabbi Shmielei. Ravasi heard the salacha from a great man who managed Rabbi Yosef Rav Chanina. Salkatayt Chamin Hoil Lam Rabbi Kiva. Ap Tam Shechavol Ba'adam. Mishal B'Moiser Nezik Shalem. A tom that wounded a human being. That you pay full damages. So Mishtalim Nami Dmei Eved Me'aliyah. You don't collect from the goof of the animal, but you pay the Dmei Eved, the value of the Eved, from the person's assets. And therefore, you don't have the svara of saying, oh, bring him from Bezdin where you killed him. He's not going to be worth anything. Because it doesn't make a difference. He has to pay from his assets. Because Rahman Bala Shor Naki. To tell me, even so, he doesn't have to pay anything. Amalei Rav Zeir Ravasi. V'hatavi Rabbi Kiva l'gziza. Rabbi Kiva already changed his mind. The Tanya. Rabbi Kiva Omer Yachol Yishalim in Aliyah. I might think you don't pay from the goof of the animal; you pay from his assets. Tamid Lamer Kamishpat Hazeh Yaseh Lo. Migufo Mishalim by a tam ve'enu Mishalim in Aliyah. So Amar Rava, still Rabbi Kiva has a different shot. It's true. You need the pasuk. Sagadai the Chamina, Hoil Machmireini, Be'eved Yosef Ben Choirin. A shor muad is more stringent for an eved than for a regular person. Sheben Chorin Yofa Sela, Noisim Sela. A Ben Chorin worth a Sela, you pay a Sela. If he's worth shloishim, it's in shloishim. Eved, you have to sell nois and shloishim. In Eved, you always pay shloishim, no matter what he's worth, because the Torah wrote it as a knas. So mishtal nami might think, based on the chumrah, Me'eved min aliyah, that the Me'eved isn't paid from the goof of the animal, but from his bank account, because Rachmano Bala Shonaki. He still only pays from the goof of the animal. Tanya Kavose de Rava, Ubala Shonaki, Rabbi Kiva Oimer, Naki mid Me'eved, that a ton doesn't have to pay the value of an Eved. Alodinu. Hoil v'chayev be'eved v'chayev ben choyrin. Ma k'shechayev ben choyrin chalakta be'beitam lemued. When you have to pay, when the animal kills a regular person, there's a difference between tam and a mued. Tam doesn't pay koifer, a mued pays koifer. So af k'shechayev be'eved nechlek bo beitam lemued. So I might think by an eved there should be a difference between tam and mued. V'od another kavachoymer. You pay the full value of the person. There's a different payment method between tam and mu'ed. Eved, even if he's worth $100,000, you only pay shloishim. So he pushes this away. Lo. I'm more machmir by an eved sheben chorin. You have to sell a nois and sell shloishim nois and shloishim. You pay whatever he's worth. Eved you have to sell nois and shloishim, but an eved that's worth $1 you pay 30. I might think yachol yehei chayiv that the tam still should have to pay the value of the eved. Talmud loymar ubala shor naki mid me eved. The tam doesn't have to pay the value of an eved. Tarabon. Aaron, let me call you back in about 10 minutes. Okay? The imshor nagachu vehemis isha isha. If the shore killed a man or a woman, ashor yisakel. Amr v'kiv v'chima bazel lamdeinu. What does this teach us? Im lachayev al ha'isha ish harei kvar nemar. It's said by a short time ki yigach shor es ish o es isha. Umei sakol yisakel. Ela lahakish isha liish. We compare an isha liish. Ma ish niskav liyorshav. The damage payments go to the heirs. Af isha niskav liyorshav goes to her heirs and not to her husband. The Savar Rabbi Kiva lo yaris le'abal. What do you mean? Is the husband not an heir? Does Rabbi Kiva not hold that a husband inherits his wife? Batanya. So Rabbi Kiva certainly holds that he's one of the heirs. Amrish Lakish. Lo Amar, when Rabbi Kiva said that the damaged payments go to the Yorshim and not the husband, that's koifer. Koifer is only paid after death. So therefore, we have two types of assets, muhzik and roy. Muhzik are assets that are in the world now. Roy are future assets. Ein abal noitel beroy kimo b'muhzik. When a woman dies and she has things that a husband inherits, but things that only flow to her after her death, the husband doesn't get. Only her children. My timer. Amr Krav Hemis Isha Isha Ashur Yisakel v'gam balav yumas Im Kofer Yusha Salam. So the kofer is connected to doing skila for the shore. You only do skila on the shore if the person that was gored dies. So Uven Izakin Amr Rabbi Kiva. Did Rabbi Kiva hold that by damage payments that they're not paid to the husband? V'hatanya, yikasa isha v'yotzi ladeh. Person struck a woman and the children came and her fetuses came out. She had a miscarriage. Nois and nezik v'tzar isha. damage payment and tsar are paid to the woman. Udmevladois lebal. Eina bal, if there's no bal, noisali yorshav. The dmevladois are given to the heirs, to his heirs. Eina isha, if the woman is not around, no senes liorsheh. The tsar, the nezek, go to her heirs. Haisa shivcha, she was a shivcha kananis v'nishtach when she became free. Ogi Yores, or she was a convert. So there's no Yorshim. So Zacha, the Baal Hashor, gets to win. He doesn't pay anything. There's no Yorshim. And we'll continue this tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to learn at 3 o'clock. We're going to learn at 6:30 Motzei Shabbos, and the Navi at 7 o'clock Motzei Shabbos.
Right.
Good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos.
Shabbos.